fans, we are ready for NFL picks for week number 11 in the league where they play for pay. Great to be back with you. The best audience in all of YouTube is right here. Picking on Monday this week, coming off another very good week. Let's keep it going. Pick number 1. Let's go down to Jacksonville, where the Pittsburgh Steelers are -10 against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Pittsburgh up to 9-0, laid it on Cincinnati. Roethlisberger played well. We didn't even know if he was going to play this week. He was banged up from the last game, had the virus. Well, he played and played well. Steeler defense dominant. Special teams got in the act. The Steelers just keep on keeping on at 9-0. Jacksonville, they're down to 1-8, lost a tough game to Green Bay. I thought Jacksonville played as well and as hard as they possibly could have played. Came up a little short. Jacksonville has not won a game now in 2 months. 3-team teaser, 9 points, move it down to 1. You have to take the Steelers. You got a team that hasn't lost against a team that hasn't won in 2 months. I know the game's in Jacksonville, and I know Pittsburgh didn't play well 2 weeks ago in Dallas, and they never usually play well in Jacksonville. And Jacksonville, played Green Bay a tough game. I know all that, but until proven otherwise, you got to take a team that's undefeated against a team that hasn't won in 2 months. Steelers pick number 1, 3-team teaser. Pick number 2. Let's go out to Los Angeles, where the LA Chargers are -8 against the New York Football Jets. Jets 0-9 coming off a bye. A bye week for the Jets is considered a win. Chargers down to 2-7, lost to Miami. If there's ever a game the Chargers are going to win, it has to be here. 2-team teaser, move it to 2, take the Chargers. The Chargers have to beat the Jets in their own building, right? They have to. They can't lose to the Jets at home. If they lose to the Jets at home, I'll tell you, Coach Lynn is in trouble. I think he's going to survive. They got a quarterback for the future. But if they lost to the Jets, that's alarming. I think the Chargers get it done this week. 2-team teaser, move it to 2. Take the Chargers in Los Angeles. That's pick number 2. Pick number 3. Let's go to Minnesota, where the Minnesota Vikings are -7.5 against the Dallas Cowboys. Dallas 2-7 coming off a bye. Minnesota, of course, plays in Chicago tonight. I'm going to move the line to 1.5 in a 2-team teaser and take the Vikings. I cannot trust Dallas. I cannot. They're on their 3rd, 4th quarterback now. Minnesota at home. I think Minnesota is going to beat up Dallas next week. I do. And I know Minnesota has not had a great season, but Dallas stinks. Their defense is awful, and I think Minnesota at home will handle them. Minnesota is pick number 3. Pick number 4. Let's go to Indianapolis. Good game here with the Indianapolis Colts are -2.5 against the Green Bay Packers. Colts up to 6-3. They take over first place as they beat Tennessee in Nashville on Thursday Night Football. Green Bay up to 7-2. Beat Jacksonville. Did not look good doing it. They were sleepwalking in this game, but did find a way to win. How about Chris Myers on the broadcast? Now, I never liked Chris Myers. I don't think he's a good announcer. He's been announcing for 40 years. He's done everything. I thought he was terrible on NASCAR. I don't think he's good on the NFL. How clueless was this guy over the weekend? Jacksonville's down to Green Bay 4 points with under a minute and a half to go. They have a 3rd and 15 at the Green Bay 42. They've already used one of their timeouts, so forget about that. Chris Myers says they have to pick up a few more yards on 3rd down so they can try a long field goal to go down 1 and then attempt an onside kick because they have to keep the ball out of Aaron Rodgers' hands. What? What? Chris Myers, what? Are you some sort of nut? What game are you watching? That's what you do there, Myers? Let me say it again. Jacksonville down 4 points, less than a minute and a half to go in the game. They have a 3rd and 15 at the Green Bay 42. And Chris Myers wants them to pick up a few yards here so they can attempt a long field goal to still be down 1 so they then can try an onside kick because he doesn't want to give the ball back to Rodgers. What? What? That's terrible announcing. Did you just hear what you said, Myers? Are you some sort of maniac? Are you some sort of lunatic? Are you nuts? What's wrong with you, Myers? Did you have a few drinks before the game? That is as bad a broadcasting sequence as you could ever have. And I've never liked Chris Myers. You talk about clueless. You want to try a 50-yard field goal to go down one with less than a minute and a half to go and then try an onside kick rather than go for it on fourth down. Are you kidding me, Myers? Get a clue. Get a clue. I mean, that's as bad a broadcasting sequence as you could ever have. What was going through his mind? You're kidding, right? You're kidding. Down 4 minutes to go, we're going to try a field goal to go down 1, and then we're going to try an onside kick because we don't want Aaron Rodgers to have the ball again. Oh, man. Ouch. Whoa. Oh, Myers. He should be fired on the spot for that. Oh, this is a guy that's been in broadcasting for 40 years. He's done everything. That's what he gave you? That's what he gave you? Oh my! Whoa! That is terrible broadcasting. Get a clue, Myers. How about, Myers, they pick up some yards on third down and then they go for it on fourth down. They're down 4 points with less than a minute and a half to go. You want them to kick a 50-yard field goal to go down 1 and then try an onside kick rather than go for it, say like 4th and 10. Oh my! Say it ain't so. Did he really say that? Oh yes he did. Oh my word. Ouch. That is brutal broadcasting. Brutal. Wow. And this is a guy that's been in broadcasting for 40 years. Unbelievable. Back to the game. Indianapolis minus 2.5 against Green Bay. I'm going to move the line to 8.5 in a 2-team teaser and take the pack. I think it's a close game either way. I think Green Bay is going to play a lot better this week than they did against Jacksonville. They were flat as a pancake. They'll be up for this game. This is a very good quality game. Could go either way, so I'm going to move it to 8.5 and take Green Bay. That's pick number 4. Pick number 5. Another good game here. Let's go out to Las Vegas where the Kansas City Chiefs are minus 7 against the Las Vegas Raiders. Chiefs 7-1 off a bye. Raiders up to 6-3 beat Denver. Remember, the Raiders beat Kansas City at Arrowhead this year. I'm going to move the line to 13 and take the Raiders. The Raiders have showed me enough lately. They've already beaten Kansas City. I think this is going to be a high-scoring, wild shootout in the desert. I'll take a chance with the Raiders getting the 13 points. That's another must-watch game. That's pick number 5. Pick number 6. Let's go to the Mile High City in Denver with the Miami Dolphins, a -2 against the Denver Broncos. Denver, as I just mentioned, down to 3-6, lost to Vegas. How about Miami? Up to 6-3, beat the Chargers. Miami is just playing great football. Awesome on defense. Awesome on special teams. Tua looks good. Miami has a lot of momentum right now. I'll go Miami in a money line here. They're just too hot right now. They're just too hot. Hard to go against them. I know Denver's usually good at home. Miami's got too much positive momentum going. I said that last week. I mean, you can't go against them right now. They're too hot. They're too on fire. I'm going Miami money line. That's pick number 6. Pick number 7. Let's go down to Tampa Bay. With the Tampa Bay Buccaneers a -3.5 against the LA Rams. This is another very good game. Rams up to 6-3, beat Seattle. Defense played well. Tampa Bay, they're up to 7-3, beat Carolina. They just, once they got cooking on offense, it just the dam just burst in this game. They had the big 98-yard rushing touchdown. Tampa Bay got that offense cooking. I told you about betting that game over. Weather was nice. Tampa Bay almost went over by themselves. This is a very interesting game. I'm going to take Tampa Bay in the money line. Tampa Bay played lousy 2 weeks ago at home against New Orleans. I don't think they're going to play back-to-back bad home games. Rams have been a little shaky on the road this year. Last couple of road games, they lost to the decimated Niners. Then they got beat up down in Miami. It's a very tough game. It's not one of my favorite plays. I had to play it. Tampa Bay money line. That's pick number 7. Pick number 8. Let's go to Baltimore. Another very important game here where the Baltimore Ravens are at home -6.5 against the Tennessee Titans. Tennessee down to 6-3, lost to Indianapolis. Baltimore down to 6-3, lost to New England in a monsoon. I was surprised about that game. I'll tell you, the loser of this game, especially Baltimore, if Baltimore happens to lose this game, is going to have to fight just to make the playoffs. AFC is a lot deeper than the NFC. The NFC, you kind of know the 7 teams that are going to make the playoffs. It's just the order. AFC has a lot of teams battling for that last spot. There's going to be teams that are 10-6 that don't make the playoffs. The loser of this game, and especially Baltimore, because they're not going to be able to catch Pittsburgh for the division. Tennessee can still catch the Colts. Baltimore ever lost this game, they are in trouble of not making the playoffs. This is a monster game. Monster game. Tennessee knocked out Baltimore in the playoffs last year. Baltimore's been a little shaky in big spots. Tennessee's dropped 3 or 4 games. It's a very intriguing game. I'm going to move the line to pick them and take the Ravens. Ravens, you got to show me something here. You got to show me something. You've fallen flat a few times this year in big spots. Ravens need to respond here, and I think they will. Now, if you like Tennessee the other way, plus 12.5 in a teaser, I couldn't argue with you. But I got to think the Ravens at home are going to respond here. They have to respond here. This is a monster game, especially for Baltimore, because Pittsburgh's running away with the division, so Baltimore's got to get in as a wild card. They have to have this game. I think they will get it done. I'm moving it to pick them. I'm taking Baltimore in a 2-team teaser. That's pick number 8. Pick number 9, let's go down to the Big Easy. Superdome. Mardi Gras. Fat Tuesday. Who dat? With the New Orleans Saints are -7 against the Atlanta Falcons. Falcons 3-6 coming off a bye. Atlanta has played better since the coaching change. New Orleans, they're up to 7-2, beat San Francisco, but took a million injuries. They were just starting to get healthy. Now Breeze is going to miss some time. A bunch of other guys are probably going to miss this game. Jameis Winston is going to be the quarterback. He's very capable. You can still win with him. Listen, if everyone was healthy, I was going New Orleans here. But with all these guys out, including Breeze and everyone else, I may take a chance and move this to 13 and take Atlanta in a 2-team teaser. This is a big rivalry. Atlanta has been playing well. New Orleans is banged up. Atlanta beat them last year in New Orleans. I think Atlanta can at least hang around in this game. At least hang around. So I'll take a chance here and move it to 13 and take the Falcons in a 2-team teaser. That's pick number 9. And that's where I'm going to stop this week. I'm not going to pick some of these other games. Washington, Cincinnati, I'm not picking. Houston, New England, Carolina, Detroit. Cleveland, Philly is a tough game. I would look under in the Cleveland-Philly game if the weather is bad. Cleveland has had some horrific weather days recently. I've jumped on them a lot under, and I've won each and every time. The last couple times Cleveland's been home, it has been awful weather. You got to check the weather with your over and unders on game day. There's money to be made that way. Money to be made. Look at what happened in New England last night with that monsoon. You knew that game was going to be under. Cleveland, they've had a really bad stretch of bad weather there. I've been betting them under. I've been winning under. So check the weather. If it's another bad weather day in Cleveland, bet that game under. Remember, Cleveland, no Odell Beckham. Chubb's back, so they're going to rely on that running game. More conducive to low-scoring games in Cleveland. Seattle, Arizona is a monster game on Thursday Night Football. But I can't bet Thursday Night Football. I just can't do it. But that is a monster game, a big division game, a big, whoever's going to win the division, you would think is going to win this game here. I mean, this is a monster game. Of course, the Rams are still in play as well. And, Buffalo, Giants, Chicago, and San Francisco are all on a bye week. Buffalo had that heartbreaking loss to Arizona on the Hail Mary. So I'm just going to stick with the 9 picks. I may look at some over and unders. I may look at that Cleveland-Philly game under if there's some more bad weather in Cleveland. But I'll stick with the 9 picks there. There you go. You guys are all caught up. You guys are all set. Stay happy, healthy, and safe. Pick a lot of winners. Make a lot of money. I'll talk to you guys next Tuesday. Take care.